I'm Amber.
And I'm Tony.
And we are Chin to the Moon. Are you though? If you are into all of that stuff that people like to say, she's into all that, then come here and have a wee chat with us. How are you this week?
I'm good. Feeling good.
Any spooky stuff happening to you?
Has there been anything this week?
Apart from Halloween.
I know.
Obviously.
Well, that probably is the spookiest that it's going to get this week, actually. Kids, Halloween parties.
Yeah. What did your wee ones? You've got 3. Tony's got 3 kids.
3.
Supermum, what have they dressed up as this week?
So, Tay, my 5-year-old, he's got about 1 million different outfits because he just loves dressing up. So he was a wee alien last night, and I think it's a dinosaur tomorrow night. He's not going for anything spooky.
That's cute.
Then I've got a gold digger.
Stop, is that Ayla?
No, Dara, the middle one. Yeah, I'll show you. Her and her wee pal won best duo last night at their school disco.
So
it's quite good.
Gold digger.
Gold digger.
Wait, how's she just basically got like big chains and stuff on? And
yeah, gold shimmery skirt, money gun, like.
Because I'm assuming it's not like a miner, like an actual digging for gold.
No, like a sugar daddy gold digger.
That is like, I remember back in the day, well, I was maybe like 18 and Frozen had just come out. And like, let's be honest, at 18, we go sexy, not scary, right? So I remember saying to my auntie, I might go as Olaf. And like in my head, I had like white leotard, like, and she was like, I've got some padding. Wait, and I'll go get it for the garage. I'll make you a big snowman. And I was like,
no thanks.
I'm going to a club.
Hey.
No. So yeah, there's me. Like that's just showing my age thinking, is she an actual digging for gold miner?
Yeah,
no, she's
not
only
quite
9.
18.
Yeah, she's not
only 9.
That's what I was going to say.
But she's definitely going for that more slutty side right now.
Man.
Which is not good. And the 13-year-old, God knows what she's doing.
She's just in her own.
Like a vampire corset. Yeah. We'll not discuss that one.
Me and my wee boy, I like to try and coordinate, and I don't know how long he'll like this. Last year I was very organised. We did Darla and Nemo. This year, Claudia Winkleman and a traitor. I wanted him to be Claudia, but he obviously won't let me put eyeliner on him, so he's just the traitor. But for his other wee parties, he was Bing from CBeebies. And by the way, if you don't know Bing Bunny, I think you are very lucky.
Very lucky.
However, I've grown to love him. So he dressed up as Bing and Mr. Tumble, and he was very excited
Mr.
about
Tumble was so cute. I saw that one.
I'm not kidding. Like the most reaction my Instagram's had in a long time.
Was
people
that?
being like,
I loved
"Oh my
it.
god!"
I loved it.
And it was. Do you know what was last minute? It was pajamas from Amazon.
No way.
Yeah, because I said to him, "What are you dressing up as? What do you want to be for Halloween?" And he said, he looked me dead in the eye and he went, "Bing, Mr. Tumble."
Oh.
I said, "Okay, we can make that happen." And I thought, jammies from Amazon and a big bow. So yeah.
It looked so good.
Yeah, it's good, but again, not scary.
Yeah.
Although I feel like I've gone maybe too far with the trying not to scare him, because a lot of things this time of year, you've got skeletons, you've got spooky
it's
things.
quite scary.
And I keep saying to him, it's just pretend. It's all just pretend. Right, so we went to Orlando. I took him on the Haunted Mansion, which is actually quite scary for everyone. Oh yeah, see like the corpses that were coming out. I was going, look, they're playing peekaboo.
Oh my God.
And obviously the other people on the ride were like, shut up, like we're here for the experience. And I kept saying to him, it's just pretend, but it now gets to the point he'll see anything that's like not a human and go, it's just a tent. Just a tent. So I'm like, it's cute.
Plus
but
it's good. He's not going to get scared.
he's not going to get scared, but I'm like, am I taking that?
Oh yeah.
All of
Fight factor away.
Yeah, but all of the beliefs, is he going to be like,
Yeah.
Mum, see all that you talk about in the podcast?
Rubbish.
Pretend.
Oh, probably. It's not open.
It's not. It's all real. But yeah, that's probably the spookiest thing this week, Halloween.
There was actually a wee boy last night, primary 1, and he was dressed as, what's the clown? Is it it? Yeah, I think it is. The big orange. Big orange chair.
Does he have orange hair? I don't know. He's got a balloon.
No, the wee boy didn't have a balloon. It's like, you'll know who I mean, and the name's in my head and I can't get it.
Chucky.
Pennywise.
Pennywise.
Yeah, Pennywise.
Is that
it? Yeah.
Yes,
So we were
that's
right.
the-
But
just
that's the
the-
name
the
I was looking for.
voice of a random ghost. Yeah, the
It was
Pennywise.
so good.
I've not
I
seen-
didn't even recognise this wee boy. Like, it was amazing. The mum done, or whoever done it. I'm presuming it's the mum, but
But to be honest, I love a homemade costume.
it was
Love
scary. Like, the kids were all like, who is that?
Yeah, I've never seen it. I love,
not watch
spirituality
horror
and things. See
stuff?
horror movies. Oh my God, I can't.
Oh, we need to get, like,
No.
you watching them.
No, I can't. I actually can't. Like, it keeps me up at night. Like,
Just the paranormal ones, or
Yeah, see, like folks stuck to
screaming
the
all that?
ceiling and like you go into a room and someone's like, "Ah!" on the ceiling. Like, nah, I can't do all that. And then it also gets to the stage I'm a bit like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
I hate it all. But the actual, as you know, like the real life,
Yeah.
I could see a ghost. I love all that.
You love all the ones. I can watch all horrors. Apart from now, as I've got older, I don't like watching the ones with kids in them. I think that's just from having kids that I'm like, oh no, what if that does actually happen?
Yeah.
But
It's a spooky week. So, see, actual Halloween, right? How do you, like, as a psychic, how do you see it as in, do you think, because I think notoriously people will say the veil is lifted, don't they, on that, on
Yeah.
Halloween, or it's thinner.
thinner, yeah.
Do you believe that, or do you, but how do you, what's your stand on it? Because I know everyone's got their own beliefs.
Yeah, everyone has got their own beliefs. But I think, like, over the years, that probably has been the case. Same as I think we spoke about before, the witching hour, like when you're going to your beds between 2 and 3 o'clock, they say that veil is thinner every day. But that's a bit weird because why would it be that time every day and then it's only on Halloween? Do you get me?
Then
I don't
the
know.
clocks go back and all that. Like,
Yeah.
do the spirits need to
Yeah, exactly.
figure out when the clocks have gone back and forward and,
So-
we've turned up at 1 a.m. Damn.
It's not the wrong time. So yeah, I don't know. But with the whole veil thing, my belief on it now is that veil is practically lifted, that they're just there all the time.
So not just on Halloween.
Yeah.
Why? What did that? Do you know where that came from? Nah, it's just I think it was. I don't even know if it was just like an old.
I'm thinking of
Belief.
Hocus Pocus because obviously that's like
Oh yeah, iconic.
but it's all based around that night, isn't
Yeah.
it? Because
Oh, yeah.
they can come through then. So I don't know if just over time, like another episode, but like consciousness raising and stuff like that, the more our consciousness is raised and the planet's consciousness is raised, we're getting into that kind of closer to that type of dimension. Yeah, woke.
We are woke.
We are, yeah. People think they are anyway. So I think now we are just all more in tune that veil. I don't want to say it doesn't exist because I don't know. It's everybody's beliefs, but
But we can
I
connect.
believe it's a lot thinner, if not completely.
That's probably why
gone.
we can connect at any time. I meant to say, remember last episode we were asking about like actually asking for signs.
Signs,
Have
yeah.
you done any of that like this week?
I mean, I do it all the time.
Oh yeah, that's. Oh wait a minute,
no.
that's your job.
Yeah.
That's like asking me if I talk. Have you spoken this week? I just every night.
I actually didn't tell you, but what night was I coming home? Thursday night it would have been because I had Ayla in the car. And yeah, so the episode was getting put out. The first episode, that's why I was trying to make the connection there of why it
Right.
linked to what we were doing. The first episode went
Yeah.
out, driving home, so it was maybe about 8:30. Now, I have not seen a fox for ages. What ran out in front of the car, stopped in the middle of the road, looked just casual as I'm turning the corner into my street, and then ran away. And I'm like, oh my God, it's a fox. And she's like, I see fox all the time. And I'm like, well, I don't.
So that's your sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was right when I think you were actually trying to get the podcast to go out at that point,
Yeah,
remember?
don't honestly like see me in technology sometimes.
Us in technology right now.
Is Mercury in a retrograde?
Yeah, I think it actually is.
Genuinely?
I actually think it is.
Like,
Or it's coming.
oh,
So we're in
because
the period of, yeah, that
Like-
would make sense.
just now I'm feeling like the energy around me is chaos. It's just pure chaos. Absolutely. I will be like, right, I'm going to get this done. I'm going to plan this. And then it just goes to shit.
Yeah.
And honestly, see with we're very much like, we're like, whatever will be. We'll get the episode out and we get it out, or post on Instagram whenever.
Yeah.
And then there's blocks in the way.
Yeah.
Emails not working, things not uploading. That would
That
explain
makes sense. I never thought about it. Planets.
When Mercury is in a
I'm sure it
retrograde,
is.
that is when things can go to
Technology,
shit.
cars, my car. There's stuff with both cars now as well.
That's right.
That makes sense.
We've got car issues. I've got car issues
Have you
too.
got them as well?
It's Mercury. Yeah. Also,
sorry, Mercury. I don't mean to blame you.
No.
I don't like blaming the planets.
Mercury should be sorry to us.
I know.
Because it's also a good excuse. If you're like, I never did this or didn't do that, you can just be like, you know what, and what's the is it filth? That he's like, it wasn't me, it was Patricia. See if you're like, that wasn't me, it was Mercury.
Yeah, sorry, Mercury was spinning backwards.
So all of this, so if you get late episodes, anything happens,
emails not sent on time.
It wasn't us, it was Mercury.
It wasn't me.
Blame the planets. But spooky stories, we asked for spooky stories. Oh, actually, I forgot to say about my sign.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I was going to say. I asked to see a frog by midnight. Right? This is when we were playing with signs. We were saying, let's just ask to see something. So I wanted to know if a particular relative was around me. And I said, just clear as day, if you are around, I would like to see confirmation. I want to see a frog by midnight. I didn't see a frog, but I work in the radio. I've got a radio show, right? So it runs till 1 a.m. Just going into the midnight news, you fire off your adverts, and one of those adverts is a trailer for the breakfast show. And this is 23:57. They're talking about toads. No, and I was like,
I would still take it.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, I did.
100%.
I actually stopped what I was doing. I looked at the time and I was like, 3 minutes to go.
That was close.
That was close. And you've shown me a toad.
Yeah.
Didn't physically see it, but like you were saying, it
it's
through in different
you're
ways.
Hearing it. We spoke about your hearing being one of your stronger senses.
So that might be a sign that hearing for me is a...
Yeah, could be.
We already know that because I heard spooky voices when I was going into sleep paralysis and stuff. But
so then for you to hear the words or hear the word toad, frog, whatever.
And when the adverts were playing, like sometimes, you know, I'm doing other things and you kind of zone out a bit, and that just stood out to me, toad, and I actually stopped and went,
Shock.
3 minutes to go. Ribbit, ribbit.
Yeah. Thank you, spirits.
But spooky stories.
Spooky stories.
Some good ones this week.
Yeah. So, different listeners. So, this one is a nurse. Or was a nurse.
Right, okay.
I think this might have been a while ago. So she says, there was a lady who was too terrified to sleep in her bed. She had dementia and most staff put her behaviour down to that. I was new and for some reason she really took to me. So I spent lots of time in her room with her or took her out of it completely, keeping her with me in the lounge area where she would settle off to sleep okay. While in her room, it always felt cold and eerie. I went in one night to fetch her dressing gown and found myself locked in, but with a man laughing on the other side of the door.
No.
I
am cold.
I just felt it at the same time. Oh.
Did you?
Yeah. Like total shivery.
He's here.
I told him that it was the nurse and that I was the nurse and not the resident. And when I tried to get out, the door opened. The next day, I made sure that lady was moved to another bedroom. That's creepy.
No. I have, like, my hairs are on end. I have goosebumps. So, there was the spirit of a man. Basically keeping her in the room and like laughing on the other side of the door.
That feels kind of like I don't know what the word I was going to say, malicious, but is that like vindictive, that kind of...
What would you take that to be? Would you take that to be one of like somebody she knows, or somebody who was maybe locked in that room himself?
I think somebody that's maybe been there, because if it was someone she knew, I would say they would be being a lot kinder, so she wouldn't be scared to be in there. Whereas she didn't want to sleep in the room, remember? She didn't like being in her room. So to me, that's a energy that's kind of playing around with her.
Yeah, that's scary.
Hence the laughing.
Any spooky stories like that, send them in.
Yes.
Send them into the Instagram. This one, also a nursing home.
Oh.
Okay. While I was working in a nursing home, I was on a night shift and an elderly lady was nearing death. I was standing at the far end of the corridor giving out medications when I heard a door open and close. I looked towards the noise in the direction of this lady's room. No. And I saw a tall, dark figure enter her room. Do we think it was a Grim Reaper?
No.
That's grim. Presuming it was a family member, I secured my trolley and I headed in to greet them, ask if they needed anything. As I got to the door, which was open, I felt the air leave my lungs. The smell, are you feeling it?
I actually was like, did you hear that there? That was like one of the like chittering noises.
You're feeling it. The smell was putrid.
Oh my gosh.
As I looked back, because I felt like someone had just passed me, I saw that the same tall, dark figure had just walked past.
She thought it was an actual person.
But no one was actually ever there. That wee lady passed in the very early hours of the next morning.
Maybe it was the Grim Reaper. Is that real?
Does he
Do
come?
you believe in that?
No. I actually don't. But I did. Remember in The Sims, they would always send the Grim Reaper.
Oh, yeah.
The Grim Reaper would always just be there in The Sims, and then your sim would die. That was devastating.
Gone. Yeah.
What do we think of that though? Like, what do you, as psychic medium, what do you take from
That's
that?
like, this whole chat has given me bad vibes.
Bad vibes.
Yeah, like, oh, not nice vibes.
We just cut. We just leave.
Let's go clear the studio, guys.
What? So, talk me through it though. Like, what does that mean? Like, what are you feeling just now? Do you feel like a dark energy? What do you think that could be? I'm just so interested.
That feels dark. That feels dark, especially when she's mentioning the smell as well. She mentioned that, didn't she? Like
that also shows she's got that clear
aliens. Close.
I'll be there one day. I'll get it.
Yeah, so I don't know, like when I think to loved ones I've had that have passed away, and you're kind of with them in the last stages, they do speak about seeing people. Like my grandma passed a few years ago and she would like be shouting out for like her mum, which as an 80-year-old, like that's obviously quite heartbreaking seeing that.
So heartbreaking, that's so traumatic. Oh my God.
And that's even though it wasn't nice for us to sit and watch that, she was obviously seeing her mum, and she mentioned her dad as well, who had obviously been gone. I hadn't even had I had met my great gran, but not my great grandpa.
A long time.
So it was a long time. But that feels nice. Like that's welcoming. They're you hear that like someone's waiting for them.
Yeah.
But that doesn't sound like that at all.
So do we think that this nice little lady's been a bit of a bad bitch and somebody's like, I'm waiting on you because this is what you deserve, karma? No, it's all energy. No. It's all nice energy. But what could that be then if it is genuinely, if it's a dark spirit? Because you do often talk, and we'll talk about this in another episode, but you talk to me about, you know, when you do pass and the kind of nice feeling of pure clarity, unconditional love.
Yeah.
So what is that then? What's this darkness coming in? If that was to happen, if you were on a night shift, and says me who works bloody night shift.
Yeah, I know.
If you see a dark figure,
run.
Yeah, but how does the darkness come through if everything's just pure?
So you're tuned to the moon version 1. Remember, we done an episode kind of on this.
That's right. In the OG, Tune to the Moon.
Yeah, the OG Tune to the Moon. Everyone's beliefs around this are different. The kind of mediumship that I sometimes do is rescue mediumship. So that's working with spirits who have not been able to cross over for whatever reason. That can be down to how quickly they pass, how traumatic their passing is, whether they have reasons to stay that they're not ready to go for. So like to settle things or maybe say sorry or
So
more
you're talking
negative
about
energy.
you're talking about things like a sudden
Yeah, so like a
passing.
car accident maybe,
Mm.
that comes through quite a lot when I'm working with those type of spirits. Like a really sudden impact that just takes them out, and they're kind of like, you'll read stories about that as well, like they're there looking at their body and they can't understand why they're
honestly,
there.
since you've told me about that like years ago, I think about that daily. I actually do think, oh my God, what if 1 minute I'm here and 1 minute I'm staring down at my body? It's actually scary.
I know. So I kind of think, like people say ghosts and spirits are different. They refer to ghosts as these energies that are left behind of the spirit.
Okay.
So maybe like in nursing homes, hotels, derelict hospitals, all that kind of thing.
Yep.
It's not necessarily their spirit that's left. It's like a residue of their energy, an imprint has been left behind, and that's why they're kind of haunting the place.
So that's where the dark energies come from, as
Yeah.
opposed to the really nice kind of pure feeling of love. And that rescue mediumship is really that's heavy. That must be difficult. How do you actually know? How do these spirits come to you, or is it if you're working with somebody doing a reading, someone will come through? Like, how do you know if a spirit's not passed over or not been ready, or they're still in that kind of limbo and you're working with them? How do you know?
So it started off with it being readings. So if I was reading someone, quite a lot of the people that would come my way would be people that their loved ones had an overdose or been in an accident. So the death was traumatic or sudden, like I said. And it wasn't until I was maybe finished the reading that the spirit would still be there. Obviously for me, they're not there in the room, are they? So they'd still be in my head.
You're
I'd still
sensing
be thinking about them.
Because I take it you can shut off, you can like clear
can try to
everyone else, but this person would still be
so
there.
they would be there. I would also feel quite a lot from them, so I'd feel really heavy. And then just over time and hearing different things from different mentors and spiritual churches and things like that, this rescue medium term was floating around, and I was like, this is what's happening. So what I would have been doing when that spirit was still there, this sound, you're really going to think I'm tuned to the moon.
You are. That's fine. So are we all.
You know, my background is counselling, so I'd kind of just be having a little chat, like, in my head with, like, what's wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you still here? Are you stuck? Do
That's
you need
amazing.
help?
I love that the spirits are getting therapy too.
Therapy, I know.
This is very woke. This is very 2025.
And this was actually
Spirits
only in like 2022 this started.
You were ahead of time.
But you know the programme Ghost Whisperer? Mm-hmm. So it's like that. Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Yeah. I always get her confused with, who's the girl that plays Gretchen Wiener in Mean Girls?
Oh, yeah. I don't know what her name is, but they're very similar.
Lacey something. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're quite similar.
Yeah.
I loved that though. Like
Ghost Whisperer, I love it.
Yeah, I loved her.
So this is what I mean. Like, I used to watch all these things.
Yeah.
I loved, like, I grew up with Buffy was my favourite programme, Charmed, Ghost Whisperer. So I wouldn't say I had many, like, spooky encounters when I was younger. I don't really remember much of my childhood, and I don't know if that's why. But I loved all that stuff. Like, that's all I was into. So when I heard that term, rescue medium, I was like, oh my God, it's Ghost Whisperer. But obviously she would see them physically there, and think about the programme, it was always, they were wanting to kind of, I don't know, a bit of redemption maybe for whatever had gone on, or like that. They didn't know why they weren't here and wanted to still be here. So it's a bit of a mix of all that, but it is heavy. I did have to, maybe as well, that was part of me pulling away from the readings for a while.
Yeah.
But then it would happen in like development classes and circles that I would go to. Whenever we were doing Transfiguration, I would always be bringing through these, like, people are sitting looking at me and can see not nice images.
Would you ever do that on a pod?
Maybe.
Transfiguration does sound like a Harry Potter class, but it's...
Well, you've been there.
Yeah, we'll talk about this one day.
This needs its whole
I'm not
whole
even sure if I'm like, I don't
dedicated
even know if I'm ready to talk about it yet. What happened that day.
Yeah,
but
that was big.
Yeah, we did.
That was probably the spookiest I've encountered, I would say. I know I held it together quite well for you.
Basically, just if you've never heard of it, Transfiguration, well, you'll explain it, but you basically watch somebody turn into different beings in front of your eyes.
Yeah, so the medium or channel will sit, and the people sitting watching, so you just sit in front, would then see this person's face turn into the face of something else. It could be animals and things as well. It's not just humans. But sometimes it can be people, your loved ones that you know. So some mediums do that. Like during readings, they'll give that opportunity. Like, would you like to try and see spirit? Again, like, people will come for maybe this chat because there's so many different beliefs out there that shouldn't be happening. And
it's important to just, for people to know that it's, like you said, it's your belief.
Yeah.
So some people believe in God, others believe it's universe, and that's okay. So this, I think, is still, these topics are still almost very new for people to be talking so openly about.
Oh, yeah.
So there are people who, and I just think it's their issue.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Not yours, but people who will message Tony or message the page and say, oh, this is wrong or this is that. And I'm like, and it can be something as simple as like, a phrase or a card.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, it's kind of my interpretation, it's my belief. So we're just talking about what we
believe. And you take what you want from that. Because things will sit right with some. And again, it's the way people have been taught things. Like, you need to remember that even 10 years ago, when people were learning mediumship and psychic abilities and stuff, it was very secretive. It was very...
Yes. Almost
a lot of
like
gatekeeping.
Like back in the day when the witches would meet up, and this is what it all comes down to, isn't it? Like the women would meet up.
Yeah.
Even like back in the days of like the red tent days when all the women would menstruate at the same time. And so like women would meet up together and they would have like their little rituals, and then that's also a lot of them got called witches and bloody burned. And
it's been safety up until a point.
We should look into that more. There's loads of places in Scotland.
The witch side of it. I'm actually going down south this weekend to a place called Pendleton.
Cool.
And Pendle Hill is one of the big places for witch trials.
Witch trials.
So
yeah, because we were talking about Hocus Pocus obviously for Halloween, but Salem actually didn't have as many.
Yeah, I know, I heard that.
Yeah, they didn't have as many witch trials. Scotland have so many. See over on like the Black Island stuff too.
Yeah. Edinburgh's meant to be.
We should actually do that. Again, any stories? Yeah.
What a spooky story, I know. One of my...
you know loads of spooky stories. It's your job.
Just remembered there with Edinburgh. One of my friends stayed at the Witchery?
The Witchery, yes.
In Edinburgh. Mm-hmm. So our husband got it for our 50th, I think it was. And they had the room like in the turret of the castle.
Wow.
She was sending me videos the whole night. Like they're lying in the bed and the lights are going on and off, and obviously she's into all this, that's why she was there. So she was like trying to communicate, and they showed the hotel staff, like reception maybe the next day, and he was like, wow, it's not been that crazy for a while.
So you think that spirits can sense the energy? Oh,
That was
I
spooky.
love it, but at the same time, it would terrify me. I actually stayed at Earth Castle years ago, and through the night, it wasn't quite the lights and stuff, but it was like banging, and I forgot about this till now. You could hear like almost like running.
Someone's running.
It was so scary, but I hadn't at the time. I was very interested and like that. I believed in it all, but I hadn't ever like really looked into it.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I was to go now, I'd be like.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I think that's also part of me blocks myself because I do get scared.
Yeah.
Because it is scary.
Yeah.
You're lying in a bed and you hear,
I know.
you're like,
What is that?
Please stop.
Well,
It's
do you
scary.
know, I don't know if she'll like me saying this, right? But I'm going to put it out there because I know my wee granny will listen. But only over the past 2 years, maybe, specifically the past year, has she started telling me these things because of what I'm doing. Because she felt like she wasn't able or allowed to talk about it. She hardly sleeps at night because of the amount of supernatural interaction in her bedroom.
What?
She lies in her bed and sees children running about her room, things going in and out of her wardrobe. When she does drift into a sleep, she screams. Her and my papa sleep in separate rooms. He has to run in.
No wonder.
And she's screaming in the middle of
I'd
the
be
night.
sleeping in a separate house.
They've told me it's us snoring all these years. I bet you it's her.
Oh my God. Children.
Children.
Wait a minute. Can she be a guest?
She will kill me for even saying it out loud.
Oh no,
on
don't.
this.
Please don't kill Tony and then I'll need to try and
She
connect.
needs
and I'm
me.
not good at connecting the spirit. I need you here in real life.
But I'm like, Gran, this information would have been good. Here's me thinking that I'm just tapped into all this stuff.
So it's clearly generational.
Uh-huh.
That's quite scary though. I mean, very bloody scary.
And she hardly sleeps.
But then, are you able to go into her house and do a kind of like almost like a reading or feel like who's there? Because there's got to be stories behind these.
Yeah, I probably could. I haven't. 'Cause I just leave
You
her to it.
should get like a
Trying to get her to use her own abilities here.
exorcism.
Talk to them, Gran.
I
No.
saw them watching. What would that have been? I saw them watching it on Gogglebox. But again, my wee boy was in the room, so I put it off. And there was an exorcism going on. They were
really?
watching on Gogglebox, so like mainstream woke telly. And the woman's like on the end of her bed screaming, "Ah!" And this guy's and the guy was like doing this with a cross, and she was screaming. But I wonder what that was. It must have been on recently because it was just the other day on Gogglebox.
I don't know. Don't know
Unless
what
it was
it
like
is.
Halloween special,
Yeah,
but
maybe.
that's
Yeah.
unless it's a well-known horror movie that I've just never seen. But
Never seen it, you don't watch
it
them,
looked like
so-
a total, just an average
Yeah,
house
TV
set up,
program.
like it wasn't set up like
Yeah,
a
maybe.
movie. So I wonder what that was, but that's probably a whole other
Yeah.
kettle of fish. These
It's
exorcisms.
these entities and possessions and stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, definitely go into your grand's house. It's your job. Go and connect with the
know.
spirit. But it must be quite scary for you, though.
No. I mean, it has been at times, but I think I've accepted now that.
But do you ever go into her house?
Yeah, I'm in
Do you
her house
feel
all
it,
the
though?
time.
Do
I
you
don't
feel
go up to her room.
Do you think if you did, you'd feel that? That's your
Probably.
homework?
I used to live next door to her, and my dad still does.
Wonder though
So
what she's seeing, like
Probably
going in and out of
same
the.
house.
What is she seeing? Maybe
All
you should
different
get her to
people
like
she sees.
tell you who she sees, if she sees anyone frequently. This has been going on for years.
Her whole life, I think.
She's.
But
Well,
then I
she's
think
like Baba Vanga.
I think Bella was the same, and they've just never. Again, it's down to this not being allowed to speak about it because what are people going to think of you? Well, we are here to say different. Speak about it.
I definitely think like encourage her to speak more.
Even my mum, I
That's
remember my
terrifying.
mum used to see, like when I was like a teenager, she would tell me that she used to see a little girl in a white dress all the time in our
I
hall.
remember you telling me this.
She'd always think it was like me up walking about, which I did sleepwalk and stuff. One of the weirdos that
But was she not like, I just put Tony away in her Tinkerbell jammies? Why is she wearing a
why
white
she was in
dress?
a white dress. She said it was creepy.
That's
but
really
she just
creepy.
accepted that it was obviously just someone that was
And then
in
did
the house.
she just interestingly did the spirit then not bother her? She just
No,
accepted it.
she was always there. Probably still there now, but
having to pay an extra child place on the flight and stuff because you've got a spirit coming along with you. Just accepted you as part of the family.
You are one of us now.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. Oh my God, 11:11.
Shut up.
I've just opened my phone to get
So
another
it
spooky
is.
story and it's 11:11.
Love it.
Wow. We are actual witches. Okay. So this story comes from the same person
Oh, okay.
that we were talking about who saw the dark figure enter this woman's room.
Okay. Nursing home.
Same home. There was a whole corridor where it never ever felt warm. Doors would bang and rattle through the night, even though everyone was in bed. And where you could always see your own breath, even in summer. Dun, dun, dun. It was the creepiest place I've ever worked, and I've worked in the Royal Infirmary and Gartlock Hospital. Stop. That's the old,
We need stories
the old
from her.
mental
Yeah.
home near the... Can you say that? The mental
yeah,
asylum, that's what
sorry,
people
that's
call
not what I was
it.
going to say. I was
Is
going to
that-
say that this is where I pretend that Maggie Murphy lives to my little boy.
I actually have that thing I sent you on Facebook about Maggie Murphy. We'll need to read that in a minute. But Gartlock, there must be a lot of stories about that.
Yeah, she has to send us more.
So this person says, I've worked in the GRI and Gartlock Hospital. Both have their fair share of ghostly past, but never felt scared in them like this place. On several occasions while doing my drug round on night shift, every time I left the trolley in that corridor to go in to give a medication, when I went back outside, the trolley would be at the opposite end. Cheeky ghost.
Surely nurses must have so many stories like this. My friend just became a nurse. I'm going to ask her to start.
Nurses must have loads of stories. Do you think sometimes they don't want to share it in case
Oh, yeah.
more shit happens or
Yeah,
because it's
probably.
affected them?
Some must be majorly affected.
Both the Royals, Glasgow and Edinburgh, there must be so many stories. There's that story of, I might get this wrong. It's a story about a ghost in the Royal Infirmary in Glasgow, and he's like really well known. Like it's like a really well known spirit that just lives there,
Yeah.
haunts there, resides there, whatever we say. And like people who've been on their own and stuff have like seen him come in to visit and then have realised,
It's not there.
yeah, that it's a spirit. But like a lot of people have told the same
Oh, the
story and
same
explained the
story.
same
Yeah.
how this guy looks. And then I'm sure there was a story of him like going down in a theatre with somebody. I will try and find it.
I was going to
I'll try
say
and
one
find it.
came through about the grey lady from Glasgow.
Did you
Royal
never see when you were
Infirmary.
at school, the people not always say about, oh, there's a blue lady, a grey lady,
No.
a green lady?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe it
I
depends.
went,
Maybe
I
it
went to
depends what
school
side
in,
of Glasgow.
in Loch Lomond. I was posh. Aye.
I'm thinking it might just depend what side of Glasgow you're from, if the lady's blue or green, but
Well, the grey lady is apparently, here it is,
I'm going to try and find this.
at the Royal. A legend goes, was a nurse who was killed during one of the world wars helping patients reach safety. She is still seen around the older medical and surgical blocks of the Royal, the oldest parts of the hospital on Cathedral Street. We were told this story as students, and that's when I seen her on nights at the very back of an old Nightingale style ward where I don't know what that word is, SLUICE, sluice,
SLU
ICE,
sluice,
sluice area was. Don't know what that is.
medical professionals.
Yeah.
Get in touch.
Get in touch. But she did say she's seen her and seemed very pretty and kind.
Must be very clear to see. But see, this
This
is where I get
person must be
intrigued.
very in tune as well.
I am intrigued because I would love to see, but I know in my head that the reason I would like to see it is confirmation
Yeah.
that,
yeah.
that exists,
It's-
even though I
it's real.
believe it exists.
Yeah.
Like, and that's never going to come through to me if I'm just wanting to be like, you know,
Proof.
just want, proof. I think a lot of these people don't realise they're so in tune
Yeah.
and they're going about their daily or their night shift.
Yeah.
And then they're like, there's a wee woman, oh my God, there's a wee woman that looks like she's the
Yeah. And if you think about it,
1600s.
they're in a place where there's a lot of death. So
Yes.
there's got to be,
Are you feeling a card pull?
yeah,
Okay. Let's
there's
go for it.
got to be so much energies there, even like of loved ones waiting for people to pass, not just people that have passed.
Well, when you're talking about Cathedral Street, that's where my grandpa passed, was at the Royal there. Which, yeah, that was really, actually really difficult. That was horrible to be there. And part of me wondered, like, would his spirit stay there because he died there? Like, that's what I don't know.
No, I don't think so.
They move around.
Oh yeah, they can move around. I think it would only stick somewhere if there was a reason it had to.
Or like a trauma, like you were talking about before.
If it had been like a bad experience or something unresolved, I think that's all it would be. One of my friends was in the hospital, that old part, and the porter, she had to get a wheelchair, took us along there's like tunnels that run underneath. And he was telling us loads of ghost stories that walk.
Get 'em on.
It's like a 10-minute walk through the tunnels. They must see a lot.
I know, genuinely. It's not something I would ever open up on the radio show because all the rules I'd get sacked.
You'd get the sack.
Can't talk about it, but genuinely, if there are any, like, I think nurses, doctors, janitors, night porters, anybody who works or has worked in a hospital or whatever, or, you know, night shift and seen it, I'm just so interested to hear the spooky stories. So you will find us at Tune to the Moon Pod on Instagram and TikTok. Tony's the TikToker, would you believe it?
Oh yeah, no, never ever thought that would be me. Yeah,
I am the kind of send a link to my pals, watch that, and then never post. I need to get better.
Yeah,
but I love that you were feeling a card pull. So let's go for it. What are you?
So we have the lizard. Now I'm wondering if this is actually a wee note to us about what we should be talking about on a future episode, because it's the dream card.
Okay,
dreams. Based on what we're speaking about right now. I think what's probably coming through for a lot is if you have been having dreams about loved ones or any beings, actually. I'm not even going to just say loved ones. It could be like angels. I'm going to use the word alien type beings, but won't be actual aliens, just something that you're not sure, extraterrestrial. You don't know what it is. If you're having dreams about different beings coming through, they are coming through with messages for you. So no matter how silly or stupid you think that dream is, there will be some sort of symbolism in it. There's a message there. So if you wake up witching hour or any point during the night and you remember a dream, take note of it, like put it in the notes on your phone or have a little pen and paper beside your bed and write it down, because you're probably going to forget how many times does that happen? You go back to sleep and I need to remember this, and then you forget because there is something coming to you. And even just that, like if you had a dream about like your auntie, for example, don't just take it as it's you dreaming about her, take it as that's her visiting you. And you're having that moment with her there. That's definitely what's coming through here. So those of you that have been dreaming or thinking about your dreams and the symbolism, start looking into it more, 100%, because there's stuff coming through for you.
That's a good idea, a little dream journal.
Yeah, you should do that.
Just before we finish, we were talking about, you mentioned earlier.
Oh, Maggie
Murphy. So
I'm that terrible mum. That's bad.
No, what do you threaten? Do you threaten the kids with Maggie Murphy?
Because we live along the road from it as well. I'm like, do you want me to phone Maggie? She'll just come in our van.
Were you threatened with Maggie Murphy as a child?
I don't remember, so I don't think so.
No, I wasn't. It was the Bad Girls bus for me. Sorry, Mum, I still remember.
Bad Girls bus.
Bad Girls bus would take me to the Bad Girls home, and I used to have dreams about that.
No wonder Tay's scared to sleep.
No, and you say that she lives in Gartlock Hospital.
Along the road, yeah.
Well, there's the Glasgow Gospel is a really good page to follow on Facebook, and they actually posted the true story behind the urban legend of Maggie Murphy. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Well, it says here, and you've just done it, it says the mere mention of Maggie Murphy is enough to bring a shiver down the spine of a generation of Glaswegians who were threatened. But what's her story? So basically, became a bit of an urban legend. She'd only turned 12 when her family were forced to move from Ireland to Glasgow. So she was an actual person, which I didn't realise. Struggled to fit in to big city life. Her first language was, is it Gaelic or Gaelic?
Gaelic. I say Gaelic. Don't know.
Ireland. There's an Ireland and a Scotland.
don't know.
I'm sorry, I can never remember.
Sorry.
But her first language was Gaelic. She'd only broken English, so found it really hard. Despite being kind and generous, she wouldn't hurt a fly. Outcast among her peers. She suffered a lot of bullying at school. Home life wasn't easy. Our dad was an alcoholic. Our mum suffered from depression. Her elder siblings moved out. 2 younger brothers had died. Like, very traumatic life.
Yeah.
So she left school. She got a job working in a factory in Glasgow. Found it difficult to make any friends. Her parents passed away. She lived alone in a tenement in the Gorbals. She'd never had any kind of relationship or a family of her own. It says here, despite always dreaming of having a family, and I'm like, please did you put that in for dramatic effect? Because it's causing the dramatic effect here. I'm sad for Maggie Murphy.
Yeah.
She was excluded by other women, but all the kids loved her. She became known as Auntie Maggie.
Oh.
Although she was treated quite cruelly, and adults would often laugh and call her the spinster. One day, she had a mental breakdown.
Oh, gosh.
It's unknown what triggered it. After inviting several kids into her flat, she abruptly locked the door and started screaming and shouting at them all. Acting like a woman possessed by an evil spirit, she opened the window and started throwing children out the window.
No.
One by one, apparently. She managed to throw 4 kids out. 2 died on impact. 1 was seriously injured. I know this story is taking a dramatic turn.
I know.
1 survived.
Trigger warning.
Some other children started to fight back and struggled. She tried to get another boy out the window. She choked him with her bare hands, right? One of his friends...
Skip.
Right, yeah.
Skip.
She grabbed a knife. She was chasing them. Again, this is a Glasgow legend. It says she was eventually arrested and taken to a psychiatric ward where she spent the rest of her days.
Gartlock Hospital.
Over the time, Maggie Murphy would become linked to threats from parents across
To
Glasgow.
deal with the naughty children.
But when you know the story, or know the urban
Wonder
legend,
what tipped
do
her
you
over
not
the
feel
edge?
quite bad now
Yeah, I do feel
threatening
bad
Tay?
for Maggie. Oh no, sorry, I was feeling bad for Maggie.
Felt bad for Maggie at this. Maggie needed therapy. Maggie needed Tony
Maggie
for
needed
some
me.
counselling.
Yeah.
But if that is in any way, shape, or form true, that's horrific. Why are we threatening children? I mean, I didn't know
Because they
that.
just don't be.
I just thought she was like a scary woman.
Yeah.
But apparently that's what
I thought she was
happened.
like a nurse or something like that in the mental hospital. And
Apparently she had a lot of trauma and then threw children out the window.
wonder what tipped her over the edge that day.
Probably all the children.
Yeah, well, true.
Definitely not a way to deal with it though.
No.
I like that we card reading.
Yeah.
And there's going to be one of them
dreams.
every single week.
Yes, there is.
On the pod, and yeah, please get in touch with your stories if you have any spooky stories,
Yes.
or if you've been asking for signs or anything, then let us know. Tune to the Moon Pod on Instagram and TikTok, and we will see you next week.
Next week.